A business is simply a platform that provides a solution. What solution are you providing? So when you do your R&D, this is based on the fact that, right, okay, a quick example. Cocktails, drinking them on a beach, really nice, really cold. The heat warms up the cocktail, not nice anymore. So they developed this little toothpick with the brolly on the top. You pop on the top of your glass, shaves your drink stays cool. Solution. And that's why that business thrived. The little plastic that goes around the end of your shoelaces so you can thread it through the holes in your shoes or your trainers easily, providing a solution. So when you do your R&D on your business, you need to inquire, what solution am I providing to the potential customer or customers? Yeah. Your research and development should also establish things such as location. Where should we be based? What are the opening hours? Where do we see ourselves? I mean, it sort of comes under the business plan area when you're creating your vision. But what you really want to be thinking about here is, will my business work? The solution I'm providing, one, is it a solution? And two, how many people are going to buy into this solution? How much are we going to charge for this solution? So it's a huge amount of R&D. Some people do get stuck on one. I would say set yourself a time limit. There's basic things that you need to establish. I would say in terms of doing a survey, such as SurveyMonkey or so forth, I would look to gain about 300 people. If you can get a response from about 300 people, statistically, this is a reliable number of answers you can get to know to move forward. But if you're like me, you'll probably just go with 30 because I was just cocky and so sure that my business would work. And most importantly, I'm not scared of failing. This platform I'm creating right here, if it flops, big deal, so what? Main thing is I've tried it. But do start with your R&D. Second area would be establish your corner of the monopoly. When I say that is, there's so many businesses these days, so many businesses. You know, you think of a business idea, someone else has probably developed it. It may not be known as large as you know, such as Nike and Coca-Cola, but someone's created it, it's there somewhere. So you need to actually understand, I want to take a corner of the market. I want to monopolize a corner of this business. Let's say, for example, you're into making hair products. You know, you need to now start thinking, what demographic am I going to make hair products for? Am I going to make it for all kinds, white, black, and Asian? Or maybe perhaps I'm going to make it just for black people. If I'm making it for black people, what do they specifically need? Well, the women, they like to get hair extensions, weaves, and a host of different hair products and chemicals that they use to stimulate hair growth and so forth. Already, I've narrowed down into a niche. Monopolize your corner of the market. Establish it, monopolize it. I know this is where I am. People don't like it when you're doing too many different things and you're here, there, and everywhere. You want to have a niche. You want to have a unique area. So you want to find your corner, see that there's a gap, home in on it, lock it down, and own it. I mean, what we've got here is customer sales and competition and strategy. So on the Monopoly board, you want to be thinking to yourself, okay, who are my customers? Will I be able to make sales to them? Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be hard? How will I make sales? For me, is one of the most important areas. It's the area I thrive on. This is my favorite part of business, sales. You know, running a recruitment company, you can imagine. And also the many sales roles I had before. Boiler Room, Wolf of Wall Street, seen them all, done it all. Yeah? Competition. Who am I going to be riding against? Competition isn't just something to look at negatively, like, oh wow, this is what they're doing. It's actually great to look at them, see what they do, learn from it. Actually try and see if there's an area that they miss, and then just make that part of your business. Enhance it. Strategy, very important. How? The how. How are you going to do it? It's all well and good knowing that I want to travel from England to Scotland, but without Google Maps, I'm not going to actually figure out how I'm going to do it. And you might even want to have Waze as well to help figure out where there's traffic, where there's speed cameras and so forth. It's a tricky road and you need strategy to make sure you get from one end to the other. And the one end being starting a business, the other end is profitability. Business plan. If you don't have a business plan, if you don't know what a business plan is, go and learn one. Contact KB Consultancy, and for a competitive fee, we will actually help create one for you. If you don't have a business plan, you don't have an idea, you don't know what you're doing. And if you're looking at things such as investment, growing your business, scaling up, none of these things can really be done without a business plan. Now, on a basic level, you have a SWOT analysis, which basically stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Where are your strengths? Maybe you're great at making tables and furniture. You're a skilled carpenter. Weakness, you've never sold one before. You don't know how to sell one from a business platform. Opportunities, there aren't many people within your location that are selling them, or most woodwork is purchase made. You have the ability to make it bespoke to what customers want. Threats, you've got limited capital, limited resources, and you've got one shot to make this work. Or the business might drop. But by basically going through that, it's a nice way to really understand where you stand as a business, where you can go. And one of the key parts of a business plan right at the end is your exit strategy. Are you planning on running your business until the end of days? Possibly not. So this is a great way to find an angle how you will sell up your business. What it means, you will sell it, or you go public, or you shut it down. You need an exit strategy. Now, as part of the business plan, there's 4 areas that I really like. Most importantly, customers. Without customers, you don't have a business. Simple. You just got an idea, you just got a dream. I have people that talk to me about businesses all day long. And it's what brings me back up here. They're down here beautifying their office and making their business look beautiful, but they haven't even earned £1, €1, $1, £1, £1, £1 cedi from a customer. You need to ensure that you have customers, buying customers, not just interested ones, but customers that are interested in buying. How will you target them? How will you maintain them? Very quick question. What's more important, a new customer or an existing customer? Existing. The amount of resource you have to put into finding a new customer is draining. An existing customer's already got the sale. They've already proven the formula works. They buy from you. So all you got to do is get them buying more. I would rather have 3-4 customers that regularly buy from me than have 400 that I have to continually find new customers in. All the 400 are new. No, give me 4 existing customers. Quick call. How you doing, John? You good? Brilliant. How's the kids? You still supporting Arsenal? Sucks to be you. Listen, I know 4 months ago you purchased our protein supplements. I thought I'd touch base with you, see how the supplements are going. If you were interested, we've got a brand new formula it's even better than the last one. Chuck that in the bin. Here's a new product for you. Customers, and more importantly, existing ones. Finance. You've got money coming in and out of your business. If you don't know how the money works, you've got a problem. I always use this analogy. I own a car. I'm not a mechanic, just as I'm not an accountant, but I understand the basics of how a car works. If a fault goes in a car, I have a basic understanding of where that fault is and roughly what's going to be needed to sort it out. You don't want to have a noise coming out of your passenger side wheel and then have a mechanic tell you you need a whole new engine and you just go, oh, okay, because you have no clue about it. Finance is involved with auditing bodies such as HMRC, IRS, you name it. It's also what you're doing the business for. Yes, you have a purpose. Yes, you have enjoyment, you have passion, but without money, your business is nothing. So you've got to understand the ins, the outs, what needs to go in, what needs to go out. How is it coming in? How is it coming out? And if you have any difficulty with this, get an accountant. Very, very important. There are other aspects to finance. I've seen many businesses that are great platforms. They work amazingly well. They're getting customers. They've got great marketing. There's interest, but they've got no money. Why? Because they have no skill in chasing down payments, which is a key skill that you need to understand when starting a business. Getting paid. Difficult. It's not like a job where legally they have to pay you on a set day. They may tell you they're going to pay you in 14 days or 28 days or 2 months or 6 months. And the day will come and the money won't be there. And you need to have the skill in order to acquire that money. Very important to have a vision. What I will say is be adaptable with your vision. Don't be stuck with one idea. Don't base your vision on, oh, I want to be like Nike. And so for whatever decisions you make in your business is based on Nike. You're going to be like water. Go with the flow. Legislative changes, customer changes. I mean, look, we're in a digital era now. If your platform or your vision was based on the era before digital exploded, went viral, you might be stuck in the ages. You need to be adaptive, but do have a vision. Where do you want your business to go? What is the whole idea? It helps maintain things such as integrity, which is a key factor when maintaining existing customers. Growth, very important. Growth can happen two ways. Growth doesn't always mean increasing. Sometimes it means decreasing. If any of you have been into a local superstore, that's a classic example. They used to have 50 cashiers working on tills, taking your shopping, ringing it through, taking your money and seeing you off. Now they've got self-service tills, which means they're able to reduce the amount of staff force, which increases finances by a little investment in some machinery that will do the work for you. You now have half the quota of staff, which in itself is a great gain. I mean, one of the most expensive things, or the greatest expenses, if you like, within a business are staff. So if you can grow down, that's a great way to increase your income, your profitability. Once you've covered 1, 2, and 3, then go online. You know your business is going to work. You've established a corner of the market that's going to work great for you. You've got a business plan, so you've got a strategy. You know how you're going to do it, where you're going to go. You know your strengths, your weaknesses. You know how to focus on the integral parts of your business. Now it's time to rock and roll. This is when you begin online. You're free. You've got social media, which is free. Create the social media platforms. Create your business platform. Create a personal one that supports it. Make sure they are in tangent. That's when you go and make a website. And you don't need to go for an expensive website. Start off with one small, 2, 3, 4, 500 pounds or dollars or whatever your currency. Start off with something small, see how that works, because believe you me, as you grow in your business and change, so will your website. So forking out a huge load on your first ever website for your business, I would say give it time and let it develop. To be honest, if you're just starting your business, you're not going to have a lot of people visiting your site anyway. Email marketing, I think, is key. And you know, the great thing about being online in this digital era is it does a lot of the sales aspects for you without paying out much money at all, apart from maybe a few marketing campaigns, which is another video, another day, another discussion. Once you've got your online representation, get your sales rock and rolling. You need people making phone calls. You need to be arranging meetings. You need to be bringing out that phone and cold calling. How are you doing? My name's Kwame. I'm calling from KB Consultancy. I've got this amazing opportunity for you. I know you're busy, but all I'm asking is for 20 seconds of your time. If you're still not interested in what I have to say, hang up on me. I'm used to it. I'm a salesman. Yeah? You've got to be getting on the phone. You've got to then be creating meetings. When you create your meetings, you go down there professionally, you get there on time, you get there early, you do your research on the business. R&D don't stop, baby. And you close them down to Chinatown, okay? So now you're online, you're getting sales. Now you can start thinking about registering a company. Crazy, right? A lot of people do this first and this step second. Oh, I've made a company, let me go and register it. You're automatically putting yourself in the line of fire of big organizations such as HMRC that are going to expect, if you're limited, corporation tax, self-assessment, annual returns, you name it. You're not an accountant. You're just figuring out how to run your business, let alone the financial aspects. So take time. You don't need to register straight away. But when it is time and you're now getting sales in, now it's time to register. Now I've proven to myself that this business can run. If you've made £10, great. All you've got to do is 10 times that, that's 100. 10 times that, that's 1,000. 10 times that, that's 10,000. 10 times the 10,000, you got 100,000. Now you're in business. So as long as you start getting sales in, that's when I would say register. And then of course, get accounting. Learn accounting. I learned some basic finance from, what was it called? Business Admin for Dummies. Great book. Spoke about profit, loss, balance sheets. It spoke about cash flow forecasting. It covered a lot of aspects that gave me a basic knowledge. VAT, a lot of aspects of business that are integral from the financing world. Once you've done all of that, then you beautify. Now you get the swankier laptop. Now you get the more prettier website. Now you get more expensive staff because you've got more money. Leave the beautification, the showing off, the, hey, this is my business to the end. Because there's no one values a swanky businessman who has no money. You get all of these right, that'll be showing off in itself. That is beautification. You get all of these done, 6 just falls into place, okay? If you want more information on starting a business, like I said, you could log on to Amazon. I have the ebooks there, and feel free to stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel, spread the word, get it out there. I'm out here dropping gems and knowledge on y'all. Thank you for listening. KB Consultancy out.